So today we are reading from 5.1. Over here in chapter 5, in chapter 4, in the last few shlokas, as you heard, how Krishna was asking to work with devotion, do everything for Guru and Krishna. So over here in chapter 5, the name of the chapter is Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. Right? What is the name of the chapter? It's up here too. Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. So this chapter starts out, Arjuna said, "O Krishna, first of all, you asked me to renounce work." So Krishna said that renounce all of the work, right? And Krishna will clarify this, what he actually said. Where he said, you asked me to renounce the work, right? That means give up all of the activities. Krishna did not say give up all of the activities. Krishna said give up the attachment to the fruit, right? And then again, you recommend work with devotion. Now, will you kindly tell me definitely which of the two is more beneficial? So Arjuna over here, as he was listening, he was a little bit confused. You saying, Krishna, first you tell me to give up all of the activities, and then you recommend to perform your action, perform your work with devotion. So please tell me definitely, that means for sure, which of the two is more beneficial. Right? Because these days, we all perform our actions for the fruit. And we all, in 2.47, right? What does Krishna say? Krishna says in 2.47 that you have the right to perform your action. So Krishna says in 2.47, you have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you're not entitled to the fruits of your action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities and never be attached to not doing your duty. Right? So never, you have the right to simply perform your duty, but not on the fruit. Bapuji gave a good example where he was saying that we plan for so many things. Bapuji was coming back from Jaipur to Bombay, and on the way when his flight was landing, Bapuji was sitting in the front in the business class, and he could see. So the front, the pilot made the announcement for the landing. He told all of the cabin crew to take their seats. The flight was descending. Even the wheels came out of the flight. And as they were about to land, Bapuji could literally see that we were a few, maybe like 100, 200 feet above the ground. He could see other planes on the tarmac over there. He could see the vehicles, everything. But just as they were about to land, the plane again took off. But it didn't land. Then it went all the way up again to 25, 30,000 feet amongst the clouds. And then the captain made an announcement that due to the weather conditions, we cannot land, so we have to wait another 15, 20 minutes. That captain had planned for the landing. All of the people, the employees, the passengers, everyone was ready for the landing. But then Krishna had a different plan, right? The plane again took off, it did not land. Then after that, they made turn, and after 25 minutes, again they tried to land, and then they landed safely. And then Bapuji asked, because there was a retired pilot who was sitting, or actually a pilot, not a retired pilot, but a pilot sitting next to Bapuji. And he actually had finished his duty for the day, and this was his return flight home. Bapuji asked him that, why did this happen? Why did we almost land? You saw that we got to almost like 100, 200 feet above the ground, then we took off. Again, we took off. So that pilot who finished his duty for the day said that it started raining very hard. Sometimes it starts softly and then it gets harder, but this one, it just immediately started raining very hard. And then the pilot said that we have safety procedures and protocols that if we do not have visibility, that we cannot land in such a condition. So as we got lower and lower, and because of that fast rain that just started, The pilot had no visibility and he had to take off again. So that's the protocol that we have to follow. So Bapuji was describing that how everyone in the flight had made the plan to land. Even the pilot, the captain had made the decision to land. But when he got there, Krishna had different plans. Bapuji also gave other examples about how once he had gone to a city, there was a big lawn decorated so beautifully that people had spent significant amount of money. And so Bapuji inquired, what is going on over here? What is so much decoration for? He said, tomorrow is the wedding of one of the richest businessmen in town. And so they was all being decorated. And so then, of course, Bapuji then the next day, as he was passing through, they saw that it was completely dark. There was not even a little bit light, decoration, nothing. Again, he inquired, what happened? The person told him that that businessman's son, whose wedding it was supposed to be today, died in his sleep in the night. And in fact, there was another video also where now recently a groom who was sitting on his horse, he was planning to reaching his wedding venue with the barat. He had a heart attack and he died immediately on the horse, right outside his wedding venue. There was another couple who was sitting to get married. They were sitting and performing the fairas. All of a sudden, something happened, and the bride immediately passed away. She may have had something cardiac arrest or heart attack, nobody knows yet, but she fell down. So everybody thought maybe she got a little dizzy or maybe she had not eaten or anything like that. But then they checked her pulse, they had no pulse. And when they told the groom this, he also immediately got a shock and died right away. Both that husband and wife that were about to get married, that boy and girl, they immediately died. So we all may, Bapaji is describing that we all make all of these plans. But then at the end of it, really, we do not even know if we have the next breath left within us. We do not know if we'll get to take the next breath, the opportunity to take the next breath. So over here, when Krishna is recommending work with devotion, right? Always working, thinking about Guru and Krishna. Because we do not know what will happen in the next moment, in the next hour, in the next day, in the next 100 days, in the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. But one thing is for sure that we all have to leave this body one day. And the intelligent people, they start preparing for what they know is going to happen. Right? They start preparing for that. Because they are not, they have the right, we have the right to perform any action we want. Today, with our time, we are all given certain amount of time. We can all spend it enjoying this material world, or even while we are in that material world, always doing everything while thinking of Krishna, all of our activities become transcendental. They become for Krishna. That we have gone over this, how even if we sleep early in the night so that we can wake up early in the morning so that we can chant Krishna's name, perform his seva, right? And then listening to his Harikatha, our sleep also becomes transcendental. When we wake up in the morning, we think of Krishna whole day, whatever action we are performing, even while we are working, right? We are working to perform our duty, to do our duty. But what is our intention behind that? Let me finish my work. Let me do my work sincerely, finish my work so that I can then go home and then perform or seva for Krishna or go and serve Krishna, go and perform my duty to my family, right? That Krishna is giving me. So when I serve my family, my Krishna also will be happy. A lot of times you will see that sometimes your family wants certain things. And there is no way that that may happen. right? But Krishna fulfills all of their needs. He just makes us the medium, right? So we are working to earn money so that we can provide for our family. We're just the medium. So we're doing that to please Krishna. Krishna, you have given me this duty to serve, to provide for my family. I'm doing that duty, right? It is not what action we are doing, it is the intention behind it. In our action, we may be working, we may getting up, going to work, coming back, but in our intention, we're doing all of that to please Krishna, because from whatever money we earn, from whatever sincere work we are doing, whatever we get, through that, we can provide for our family, we can serve Krishna, we can serve our spiritual master. दाता इतना दीजिए जा मैं कुटुंब साय मैं भी भूखा ना रहूं ना मेरा संत भूखा जाए. So we are working so that we can just get enough to provide for our family. This is the Kali Yuga. Nothing can happen without money. So money is not Maya. Money is not Maya. Even today, temples, whether any religious organization, spiritual organization, nothing can run without money today. So when we are earning, we use part of it to provide for our family. We use part of it to serve our spiritual master. We use part of it to serve Krishna if we have deities in the house or in the temple. So all of the work that we do with devotion, right? That's what Krishna is recommending, and that's what Arjuna is asking, to which Krishna will respond over here. We will see how Krishna will respond, right? And what we will learn from this. So we'll end here and then we'll continue tomorrow. Before we end, we'll chant together Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. श्री श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र बिहारी लाल की जय. निताय गौर हरि बोल. जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे. हरे कृष्ण.